Thank you for joining the Victor's Nation show. I am your host, Jason Robinson. Always with me, Derek McCarty and Dre Fame. This episode is always an exciting one because we are back in business with Michigan football kicking off this weekend. For the love of God, get us to Ann Arbor. We are so fucking ready to rage. We're talking
Come
X's and
on,
O's,
bro.
our seasoner predictions, trap games, and what we want to see in the big house this weekend with a score prediction. So I'm thinking 100 to nothing, but kind of a homer there. But Derek, take it away. Let's do it, man.
Um, yeah, so by the time that, well, with the exception of those of you that are tuning in live, for the most part, by the time that you might be listening to this podcast, me and Jason are going to be in a car heading towards Ann Arbor. So
A
we'll
million
be
dollars. Yep. Love it.
probably jamming out to Alanis Morissette, ironic, while you're listening to that. That's on the playlist for tomorrow, Jason, just so you know.
Can't wait. Can't fucking
but
wait.
but yeah, so the season's here.
Yeah.
It's been a long off season. We've talked about numerous topics heading up to now, but season's here, right? So all of the excitement, all the build up, everything that we've been looking for, everything we've been looking forward to, it's time to get after it. So what we got for you tonight is a preview of the season, a preview of what we can expect to see on offense, what we can expect to see on defense, maybe some trap games that we have on the schedule. As we get into that, though, reminder: however you're listening to this podcast, follow us on YouTube, on our YouTube channel at the Victors Nation. Find us on Spotify, find us on Apple Podcasts. Give us a like, give us a follow, share our podcast with other Michigan friends. Or we like friendly banter. So if you have any friends of rival teams, we had a USC fan that found their
Yeah.
way into our algorithm and hopped on and actually had some pretty fun banter with us
It's
a
actually
couple weeks
really,
back.
really cool. Don't add him on our Facebook group though, the private one. He'll get kicked right out.
And
And I'm on it
also
every day. I check
al-
everything, man.
also also be sure, if you follow us, we had a big podcast a couple weeks ago, where we have been raising money for Cora's crew. So podcast for Cora Fuller, with her mother Katie Fuller. Cora is battling childhood leukemia, and if you visit our store, thevictorsnation.com/shop, there is a Cora's Crew t-shirt, sweatshirt, apparel that we are selling for both adults and kids. And proceeds from all t-shirts and sweatshirts are being donated to the Fuller family. So appreciate you visiting the shop. Appreciate you supporting us, and helping out with a fantastic family that's going through something that no family should have to go through.
Hold on, Derek. And then, if you are a fan of the Victors Nation, please grab one of our tees too. They're creative and real fun, man. We'll love to see you guys in our merch with a hat or a hoodie, anything, man. Just and post us. I mean, post a picture in the group or whatever, and tag us all in it, man. We'll love to see it. Thank you for your love and support, man. We truly appreciate it. We started this for y'all and we doing it for y'all. So thank y'all again.
Absolutely. And when you do check out, regardless of what you buy, we did turn on an option that asks you if you want to make an additional donation. Any additional donations made are completely being donated to the Fuller family. So you would also have that option at checkout, regardless of whether you're buying a Cora's Crew shirt or not. So thanks for the plug there, Dre. But all right, let's get into it. Let's talk some of our position groups heading into this season. So let's start with the defensive side of the ball. I personally think our defense is going to be one of the best, if not the number one defense in the country this year. I think that they really found their stride with Wink Martindale towards the end of last year, the last couple of games of the season for sure. The majority of the year, really, if you look at the majority of the year, first and second down were pretty solid. It was the third down woos for the majority of the season that got the best of our defense, but they came into their own, and now they're another year under the same coordinator. Wink Martindale, I think, is the beneficiary of that. He's another year under coaching college players and running the scheme here in Michigan. And I think our defense is going to be pretty dominant. But let's hear what you guys think. So, Dre, I know you have some things that you want to talk about with the defensive line, so I'll turn it over to you to preview what you expect to see out of our defensive line.
Yeah, it starts with the defensive line. We got Rayshawn Benny, Damon Payne, and Trey Williams, the transfer from Clemson on the interior, and we have at our edge we have Derek Moore and TJ Guy, um, with good rotational pieces from you know what I'm saying from other guys, but them guys that I just named are going to be the main focus, and they're going to be um a lot of them are coming into new roles. Like TJ Guy, he coming off momentum from the what is it called? I don't want to say the bowl wrong. The Alliance Bowl, the Alliance. What was it called?
The
The Allegiant Bowl, whatever bowl it was. You know what I'm saying? He's coming off a performance, so now he's stepping into a starter role. Rayshawn Benny, he was injured. He was injured, and he played a little bit last year, but now he steps into his starting role. Derek Moore, he's the more experienced one out of this whole line. He's been doing it for I think 2 years now. So they're going to get Trey Williams and Damon Payne from Alabama and Clemson, and I think they're going to wreak havoc. I think at the end of the season, I think a lot of people is going to say that's the strength of our team on defense, at least. I don't see really too many teams in the country with a good defensive line like ours. It has to be proven nonetheless, but I see with the rotation we have, I think it's like a 11th man rotation. And I apologize if I misspoke because, like I said, I did some more research and whatever. But but yeah, you know what I'm saying. We're gonna be on a good, I think, a 10, 11 man rotation. So at the end of the year, I think that'll be one of our strongest, maybe the strongest part of our team. How do you guys feel about it?
And it's only getting stronger too. So I mean, look at all it's basically DLU. I mean,
Yeah,
look what
for
we got
sure.
coming next year. So it's just
Exactly.
this is setting
Exactly.
the tone for just other great defense linemen to come here and making that a part of the program as well too. If like you're a defense lineman, you're an edge rusher, you want to come to Michigan. And
That's
we've
correct.
proven that with high
That
draft
and
picks as well too. But this is gonna be awesome.
yeah, very awesome. I'm excited to see what Trey Williams can do. And Damon Payne Jr. Like
Oh yeah.
they have, I think they're coming with points to prove. Like you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Them being the transfers. Um, Wink Martindale. I mean, it's their first time in Wink system, but I just with the players around them, I just don't see them slacking. I've been hearing a lot of good things coming out of the camp from them about those two and how they're getting real acclimated to the system. So I can't wait till Saturday, man. I'm actually shaking just talking
Me
about it.
too.
My legs moving, man. You know how I
Yeah.
got the twitch.
Might not
So
even make it into
I
the
just
stadium, but
I swear,
I
man,
mean, it's gonna be like
oh
a
man,
really. So like Derek posted already, we're gonna be like Blue Line 90s tailgate. Someone might have to carry me in. I don't know. I don't know if anyone's listening. Comment, but I might need a piggyback ride to the stadium because it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a long ass day. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
It'll
It's
be a
gonna be
fun
yes
day.
awesome.
sir, yes
It'll be a
sir,
fun day. It'll
yes
be a fun
sir.
day. But to also add on to the defensive line, I think you're spot on. I think one of the things that would make people put question marks on our defensive line is what we lost from last year with Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant.
Correct.
Really having 2 first-round draft picks in the interior of your defensive line is not common, and that's what we had last year. And while we may not replace those guys with replicas of themselves, I think one thing that we do have across our defensive line is depth that we did not have as much of last year. So Rayshon Benny, Trey Williams, Damon Payne, Trey Pierce, Etta. Ike Iwana maybe is a sleeper here to hit the rotation and play quite a bit. So we're probably 1A and 1B across 4 to 5 defensive linemen that will rotate in. And while they may not be a Kenneth Grant or a Mason Graham, don't count out what they're going to be, because we have
we don't know that shit. We don't know that shit. We don't know. We I mean, don't get me wrong. That's high expectations to put on these young fellas, but you never know what. I mean, like I said, I feel like they're real hungry and to prove a point. And when you come to Michigan, man, I feel like once you get in these walls, we like what was the cartoon back in the day, Voltron? Like you get to be a part of Voltron. It's like Voltron coming together. You know what I'm saying? Like they get us.
I was gonna say South Park, but I was like way off.
Nah. You know what I'm saying?
You mean like the Power Rangers?
That just showed my age too. But yeah, just like when we coming together, man, and once you come in here, it's different. It's a different thing. It's a different.
Yeah.
I've been hearing guys say they don't at other schools, they don't hang as much, or they're not involved with each other at other schools like they are. It is different when you come here, well, to Michigan. So, like I said, man, it's gonna be a fun year for these boys, and with health. We just wish them good health. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. And coming off the edge too, another thing to highlight is I think that Derek Moore is going to be one of the best edge rushers in the country. I think that
yes, sir.
I think that if he stays healthy, I think that there's legit potential that he turns himself into a first round draft pick.
I think TJ Guy has a chance to do something special as well.
Year, but he's got a lot of potential.
Yeah, I think he you know what I'm saying, he got a lot of potential. He's not on Derek Moore's level. No disrespect to TJ Guy at all, but Derek Moore been doing it longer in that starting role. Yeah. That's what I mean when I say that. Yeah. But TJ Guy, I think he is one of those special talents, to be honest. I just feel like he hasn't got his chance, and this year he gonna show he gonna shock a lot of people. That's just my opinion.
I wouldn't be surprised if Derek Moore looks like Aiden Hutchinson and TJ Guy looks like David Ojabo, right? Where Derek Moore has that power. He has the power to just dominate a left tackle or a right tackle, and TJ Guy has the speed, right? TJ Guy has the speed to be a mismatch for any tackle across from him. So those are the parallels I see with those two guys.
That's a good comp. Very good comp. Yeah, if they can live up to half of that's gonna be it. Shout out my boy Draper, man. Shout out my boy, man. Congratulations, man, this weekend, man. Shout out my boy, man. Love.
Yeah. Absolutely. Look forward to meeting you, Draper. So a comment from Draper. Finally, can't wait to meet you boys. I'm a defensive guy first. Same here. Rayshon Benny is the anchor. Our LBs are super fast. I'm glad we moved Jayshon to inside because he's too fast off the ball sometimes. Yep. And this is what we do. We build defensive monsters on the D-line. Absolutely.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Absolutely. Well, cool. So, Draper, you're talking linebackers. Let's talk linebackers a little bit. So, I think while we talk about being D-line U, I think that our linebacking core this year is also going to be one of the strongest in the entire country. So the starting combo of Jayshon Barham and Ernest Hausman, I fully expect Ernest Hausman to be a first round draft pick.
I seen him on Kurt Heinrich's what is it preseason something list. he didn't win the award. You know, it's like a Kurt Heinrich, but he was on the list. So they expect him to do big things this year. I was shocked actually to him being even on the list. I said, "What the hell?" But he was on it.
Yeah. People are trying to stream on Facebook. I apologize.
Yeah.
Looks like there may be something going on Facebook. It may be coming in and out. So be sure to also tune in on YouTube. But yeah, I mean, Ernest Hausmann is an absolute stud. No doubt about it. I think sideline to sideline, and just knowledge of the game, he is going to have a baller year. The opportunity that I want to see him improve on from last year is pass coverage. But I mean, that guy is a thumper. He is quick. And he is strong, and he can bring the lumber when he hits. Jayshawn Barham. So believe it or not, Jayshawn Barham actually had one of the lowest missed tackle rates in all of college football last year. His thing, like Draper said, sometimes he was in the wrong gap. So
Yeah.
sometimes he was playing a little bit too fast. But man, that dude, and think about the weapon. Think about what it can mean to have somebody like him on the field, because he can also line up at edge. He is one of the best blitzing linebackers that I've seen in a while. At generating pressure on the quarterback. He can line up at edge. He will open up some opportunity to get your best 11 guys on the field, regardless of personnel, because of his flexibility. And what I mean by that is, right behind Jayshawn Barham and Ernest Hausmann, we've got two more linebackers that would probably start for any other team in the Big Ten, with Jimmy Rolder and Cole Sullivan. Cole Sullivan, Sherrone Moore had put him out there in the offseason that he's going to take the college football world by storm. Reports coming out of camp have said that Jimmy Rolder has been one of the best players on the field consistently. And so it's going to be hard to keep those guys off the field. And being able to... The 4-3 defense is technically what we run, right? But we really run more of a 4-2 defense, because the nickel is on the field so often to match personnel with multiple receiver sets, because three to four wide receivers matched up against a linebacker, that creates a mismatch. And so it's really more of a 4-2 defense. But with the ability that Jayshawn Barham brings to also have a pass rushing role, there's going to be situations where we might line up in a 3-3, or it may look more like a 5-2, where we're matching personnel, and we're able to bring Jimmy Rolder or Cole Sullivan out there. But one of the big things, I think that's it. It's hard in college football right now with the transfer portal. It is hard to have four linebackers that are this good, to be this good too deep, and that's not even mentioning behind them the depth that we have. Jaden Hood, a guy that I have a ton of respect for, because he has had every reason and every opportunity to transfer out of this program. He was a highly sought after recruit.
Highly, for sure. Highly.
And
I thought he was going to be the next big one, for real, to be honest.
And he's run stuck around. We got Troy Bowles that transferred in from Georgia. Chase Taylor, who's a freshman, and Nathaniel Wosu-Boateng, who's a freshman. And now
that's who I'm excited for. I want to see him get loose.
I've heard some good things about him. And
Me too.
Those guys, it's probably going to be hard to crack much outside of special teams with the four linebackers in front of them, but this is a position group that I think is studly, and the D-line has gotten so much attention over the years, and so much of the conversation, secondary too, which Jason's going to talk about here in a second. But I think we've got a masterpiece at the linebacker position this year, and I think that doubling up on the depth at the D-line, and then the talent.
See what I'm saying? Our defense,
in the middle. I know, it gets me excited. Talking about it. What do you guys think? Anything you guys want to add?
Now you sound like John Gruden. When I was talking about Ernest Hausmann, episode 1.
I'm just saying, man, our defense is going to be crazy, bro. it's gonna be insane. And people, to be honest, people outside of Michigan don't even really know it for real. Like, I think they're expecting us to have another real 8-5 season for real. Like, I think that's
They
what
are.
people are really thinking outside of our fan
So it's the
base.
signs. It's not because we had 12 drafted and then unrestricted free agents or coaching changes or anything like that. I mean, it's just the dumbest fucking fan bases that we have to deal with as
Like,
rivals.
I was talking
Just
to a guy
stupid.
earlier, and we was arguing about how our season went last, and I'm giving it to him like, yeah, but do you understand we was in a lot of those games, bro? Like, some of them games
Illinois,
we
Indiana,
could have won, bro, if we would
Washington.
have had better
Yes.
quarterback play. No disrespect to anyone, but if we would have had a quarterback or better quarterback play, bro, our season would have went a lot different. So
Or better play calling in the time that we had to make all
yeah,
these adjustments and changes
that
on the
too,
coaching level too.
that
It was
too.
just there's
But yeah,
so
but
many different
last
factors that
last
went
year
into it.
our offense was a complete circus, man, with starting
Yep.
quarterbacks every week, and like, man, it was bad. That was the worst I ever seen it in my whole life. And I mean, I've been a Michigan fan my whole life, so that was one of the worst seasons I ever had to go through, boy. But again, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? It's a new year, and our defense is gonna be, I ain't gonna say sneaky good. We about to really be dominant. Like,
Yep.
dominant. Us,
They're
Texas, and
going to play
Clemson,
pissed
man. Look
off.
out for us.
Yeah, for sure. A few more comments, Katie. We are ready. Absolutely.
Hey,
Thanks for tuning in,
Katie.
Katie. Draper, Jay Sean and TJ, D Moore, E House, Four Horsemen, and number 25 Mason Curtis, 6'5",
Yeah, I'll be
210, no
talking
fly
about him a
zone.
little bit too. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Trust me, we about to break it down, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And GG
Tell
coming
them,
in with
tell them, mama.
Yeah, we already know.
And tell them, mama.
the most important stat from last year. We still beat Ohio.
Yep. So again, I know
Awesome.
Derek mentioned it, but we're seeing Facebook issues for some reason from StreamYard. But make sure you go on YouTube and you follow this link right here below it. Derek sharing. So appreciate
I
it, and
know.
subscribe while you're there too if you haven't already.
Hit the notification bell so you won't miss a thing.
Absolutely.
Facebook.
All right,
Facebook.
Jason,
This is me.
you want to get us started with the secondary?
Yeah.
Hey, Jason, I like that hat. Sorry.
Thanks, man. I got I think like 3 caps this year, and then Derek and I were just talking to like half my closet's like Michigan shit, and so is his.
I like that.
Like,
Just thought I'd
it's
throw that in
awesome,
there.
but it causes a problem. Like, I don't know what to fucking bring to Michigan tomorrow. Like, I haven't even started packing. Like, I want to bring all my shit.
We'll talk about that off camera, sir.
Oh man, it's kind of an important topic. I hate packing, by the way. It sucks. All right. Secondary. So, some key pieces lost. Will Johnson, Kari Page, Quentin Johnson. Obviously, Will Johnson, the biggest one, but we got some returning XP here. So, bringing like a part of a great season, not so great of a season last year, but Zeke Berry and Captain Rod Moore, like, they're going to be big for us next year. We got Earls. We got the nod to wear the number 2 jersey. We heard a lot of great things in camp as well too, and then before as well about him. And then we got Hill. Like, he learned a lot last year. So younger, kind of transferred. So Derek, I think you brought this up on last week's pod. One of them I can't remember, but he's a competitor. I expect a lot from him this season, and natural safety, so transfer from Arkansas, TJ Metcalf, who we also might play. We also might see play nickel and safety as well. So kind of back and forth. So speaking of like corner, safety, nickel, there's a lot of several candidates for nickel. So we might see Zeke Berry, might see TJ Metcalf, and we're also going to see Mason Curtis in that role as well too that Draper mentioned in the comments. So interesting year last season. Some big plays, especially by Will Johnson with pick sixes, but the group had inconsistencies, right? We just kind of talked about that a little bit. We don't like to talk about last season, but a lot of it's opportunity, right? But we saw inconsistencies. We saw communication was weak. It wasn't there. Contributed to a lot of missed tackles as well, too, on the defense, which that is uncharacteristic of Michigan football. We just looked lost until late in the year. And learning a new defense as well, too, which we kind of talked a little bit about, too, with the time frame of new coaches as well. This is a room this season that can probably play multiple roles in the secondary. And you're going to kind of hear me say that again with the wide receiver group. But this group is going to be versatile. Like, they're going to be able to adapt, adjust, and mix. So I think Wink used the terms mix and matching against specific offenses as well too. So it's an interesting room, but when I say that, it's in a good way. I don't think I've ever really talked about this specific group before, like where I'm always kind of worried about the secondary, like year after year, but I don't really have a ton of concern with the secondary. And then I also want to say, I know I bring him up quite a bit, but Brandon Hillman, dude, if that
I was
if
about to
that guy
say,
doesn't
bro,
give
you
you,
forgot about him, bro. I ain't hear you say him. On. Okay, but go ahead.
I'm not gonna miss him. Like I am, if that guy when he hits people, like he is up for blood. Like if he doesn't like get you jacked for football, just stop watching football altogether. Like so they asked like from hitting teammates, so from fall camp and like just practice, like hitting his own guys from the hitting players on New Mexico. He said, quote unquote, how I look at it is they've got the same colors as fucking Ohio State, so I just play it like that, to be honest, unquote. There's a ton of anger in them. I love it. If you're listening to this or after, we should be friends, man. You're the shit.
Yes.
Like, I fucking love this guy. Like, Hillman, like, the 2 hits he had last year, I know it was a rough year, but holy shit. If you guys remember, I think one of them was against Indiana. Like, I got up off my fucking chair and Dre and I had the watch party. We did the live podcast with the watch party. I'm like, holy shit. And my TV was a little bit ahead, too. And they're like, what happened? I'm like, I don't care if we were down 100-0. Like Hillman doesn't get talked about enough. Like that guy is an absolute fucking beast. And this secondary is gonna hurt people. I'm not kidding. Like I am, like, honestly, as a fan, like I do get worried about the secondary like year after year after year. I'm really not with this group. So Zeke Berry, Mason Curtis, that nickel position to kind of like help the secondary out as well too. We got Edot. Hopefully he gets some time as well too. Like Earls, Hill learned a lot last year. Like I said, he could have transferred, but he's not. We need players that want competition. So he made some big plays last year. A couple of mistakes, but that's what a young guy is going to do. It's fine. Hillman, who I just mentioned, Jaden as well too as a senior. I think he's still going to play a big role. TJ Metcalf, his brother, and then Rod Moore, obviously, Edmund, others, and then Jacob Odden as well too. So there's a lot of big names here. So like we just talked about the defensive line. We just talked about the linebacker crew. We talked about being 5 deep and 4 deep at the linebacker position as well too. Like this is another group that people are overlooking, and there's deep. That this room is deep right now. So we just got done with the defense. Let's do the math here. I'm no fucking scientist, but we're deep on defense. Is what I'm trying to say.
We are deep.
It looks good. It looks
you keep
good.
saying
People.
you keep saying Rob Moore real quick though. You keep saying Rob Moore. To be honest, bro, and this is just speculation. It's not what I've been told or anything like that. So please, nobody run with this. But I don't think he gonna play Saturday. I think.
No, I don't.
I don't think he will either. I'm just talking about it as a captain. But
okay.
To
be honest, I don't think he gonna play a lot this season. That might just be me.
We talked about
I
that like a few episodes back. Like I don't know, man. Like
I just don't see him
I just
playing
as
an
long
impact role like
I
he did before his
yeah.
injury.
I just want to make sure, like, just as a human being, I just want to make sure he's 100%. Like, if
Oh
he's
yeah,
good to
that's my
go,
guy, Rod,
go
my
and
guy.
do your,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Him
for
and
sure.
his dad. Shout out
Yeah, but I
Rod
see what you're saying too. Like,
family. But I just
we'll
don't
see,
I don't
because
see him playing well, especially with the people we
yeah,
got that we done developed now, like Hillman and the rest of them boys. Like I said, I see
hmm
him maybe, you know what I'm saying. I see him playing against Ohio State. I see that coming. You know what I'm saying, or playing a
yeah,
lot more
save
against
him for
Ohio
that game.
State. But I just don't like this season. I think he's gonna be more rotational than anything
Yeah,
because of the injury. I think they're gonna do him come. He gonna come back slow. I could be wrong. He could be out there
and
first snap.
whatever's like I said, whatever's best for him
Facts.
and what they need to plug and play in.
Facts.
But yeah, 100% get what you're saying as well too. It might be different. I think people are maybe expecting a lot from him, but like, let's
Yeah,
just give him some time,
that's exactly
basically.
why I said that. I think a lot of people want him to come in and be the vet of the
Yeah,
secondary like he's supposed to be, which he, you
not
know what I'm
yet.
saying, he would be if he wouldn't. I mean, I don't even think he'd be here if he didn't get hurt, to be honest. That's just my
I think you're
opinion.
going to see Zeke Berry, and you're going to see, even though he's a transfer, TJ Metcalf kind of take that role right away. Those two guys are going to be
Yeah,
your dudes.
yeah.
And you're
I
going to
think
see Hill
yeah.
really mature into his role as well too. And
Shamari Earls too.
we got those two guys and others that have been a part of really like a really great season and a really not so great season, and that's a really good opportunity to learn from that. But I think with like those types of like scenarios, like I think we got a really mature, not just secondary
I,
but
I,
defense and team
I,
overall against these guys.
I've been hearing the word embarrassment a lot from when I talk to people and stuff like that. I've been hearing embarrassment, like they know it shouldn't been like this. You know what I'm saying? Not saying they could have did anything different. You know what I'm saying? Because the
Well,
season probably
I
would have
think
still went the same. But
I think
this
that's why we
Michigan man,
saw.
y'all know what it is.
Yeah, I think we saw like that's why we saw that push, that really hard push in
Exactly
NIL
at the end,
when Dave
and then
Portnoy brought it up, and then Larry Ellison's wife reached out
yeah,
to him. Like it really, like, okay, we have someone now. We made a mistake. There was a
that's
lot of stuff
I
going
wasn't
on
even
with
about
Jim
to
as
say
well
that,
too. It
to
was
be
tough.
honest. But go ahead. I was gonna say
Like,
when we went
yeah,
hard in the later half of the season, I think it really kicked in for boys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh no, we can't. You know what I mean? Like we getting talked about badly, and it ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't go out like this. That's why I think they really, really stuck together and fought it out at the end.
it just yeah, that's a nod to Coach Moore, and that's the culture
Facts,
that he's
facts,
continuing to like carry, but he's bringing his own aspect to it as well too. And
facts.
honestly, like I'm going to talk about Chip Lindsey like a little bit later with the wide receiver group, but like adding him is like another aspect. I think Moore's learning from him. He's learning from Moore. That was a home run hitter for a hire, like absolutely a home run. Love it.
Agreed.
I think we want to
Agreed.
get to some comments too, Derek.
Yeah, we got a
Yeah.
comment here in the chat that I want to get to.
Why do we
So
keep
early,
getting USC fans?
Hey,
Yo,
hey,
not
hey!
bad. I like it. What's up,
Welcome,
Josh?
baby. Welcome, Josh. We
Yeah, welcome,
appreciate
dude.
the
Thanks for
love,
joining
bro.
us.
We appreciate your comment,
uh,
bro.
so so
It's cool.
Josh, as a diehard USC fan here, I always wanted to ask: would you rather beat Ohio State and not win the Natty, or win the Natty but lose to Ohio State? Like Ohio
We
State
beating
did
Ohio
last season.
State. Fuck that natty. I'm sorry. We beating Ohio
Yeah,
State,
I'm
bro. That's easy.
sorry.
Fuck that. Fuck that natty.
It's not like Ohio State is our natty. It's just the fact that like it's just the biggest rivalry, like not just in college football but in sports. It's absolutely beat Ohio State.
No,
It
it's
mimics like
like
what you
our
did.
hate for them is at birth. Like it's at birth. Like
It's at
it's
birth for
over.
sure.
Like yeah,
But
it's over.
it's just the fact of like Ohio State says the greatest run in college football national championship history or whatever. you fucking dumbasses. The only reason you got in is because the college football playoff got extended to a 12-team playoff, and you still have like merch that says you lost to Michigan as well too. But then you
Cups
call it the
too.
scrimmage. But
Cups.
then you're not to segue here, but like you're still focused on Michigan. The hammer didn't even happen because you guys are weak tits. But
Hey,
like you're so
Josh.
focused on that.
Thank
Do you
thank you for
remember?
opening up this can of worms that we about to
Yo,
go
but
down.
do you remember Buckeye fans that you have fucking Texas coming in this week? Like all I see on social media is Michigan, 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 Michigan. Like, but you said the game didn't matter anymore, but yet you won't shut up. Like Nick Saban said, Ohio State fans need to they have mental health issues. They need to seek help. Like they really are fucking like I don't know if I mean the state's probably fucking horrible, but like you need some fucking therapy for real. But Josh, I think we're all gonna agree here. It makes or breaks your season, whether Ohio State said it or not. Like, yeah, they lost to us last year. They won a national championship. Oh, the game doesn't matter. It's just a scrimmage. But yet you see on social media they won't shut the fuck up about us. That's your answer right there. They in their minds, honestly, they would say the same thing that I would rather beat Michigan because they did a survey before the start of last year, and they said they would rather beat Michigan than win a natty. Once they won a natty and they lost to us, they didn't care anymore. It makes or break your season. It's just not the same season. Like if Michigan would have went undefeated, 23, made the college football playoff, beat Bama, beat Washington to a national championship, it still would have lost to Ohio State. It just wouldn't have felt the same. It feels like I'm looking
Exactly.
back at an ex-girlfriend,
Exactly.
even though she sucked, you lost it. You know what I mean? Like it's just not the same. Like you have to.
Yeah.
It just makes or breaks your season, dude. That's
And
honestly
then
an
and
honest answer
then
that most
and
Michigan
then you
fans
got
will
to
tell you.
hear that. You got to hear this bullshit from Ohio State fans for a whole year. A whole
Even though
year.
the only reason they made the college football playoff is because it was extended. They would have never got in with the top four. They would have not last year.
So thank you
That was the
again,
greatest
Josh.
run ever.
Opening up
Derek,
that
I don't know
for
if you want
opening
to
up that.
elaborate on that, but I'm pretty sure it kind of
Well,
covered everything there because
you know, we talked about this when we did our top 5 Michigan football games of all time, right? And going back to the season that we won the national championship, that was my third favorite game of the season, not my favorite game of the season, right? And there's an exception here because I actually that year the Alabama game was the big one for me.
The
But
Rose
I
Bowl.
will say, yeah,
Yeah,
beating Alabama in
that
the
was my
Rose Bowl
favorite
because
game to
that
go to for sure.
that felt
For
like the
sure.
true national championship. Beating because
it
we
was.
beat Ohio State a few years in a row, and I will say that I would rather beat Ohio State every season and not win a national championship than lose to Ohio State ever. And that's just because that game there's so much build up all season long,
All
all off
season.
season long for that game, and then there's
The
so
hatred.
much that follows that game, and it's such a big rivalry that it is on the same level, if not a higher level than the national championship. The reason the Alabama game to me in 2023 when we won the Rose Bowl landed so hard is because Alabama had been the peak of college football. You know,
For
I
so
felt like
long. Yeah.
I felt like we dethroned the king by beating Nick Saban, and especially there was so much build up to that game, so much build up on that year. Every game was a game of if you lose, then it
Yeah.
takes away everything else you did all season. And then so to go in and to come back and take to be down and have a drive almost the entire length of the field to come back and win send the game to overtime and then win the game in overtime with a stop at the 1 fucking yard line. Like that's a movie. That's a Hollywood ending to a game.
I almost had a fucking
and it
heart
just was
attack.
the national
I
championship.
should be dead, dude. I should be dead. I swear to God, like I would like that whole
Understand.
game, dude. Yeah, I
Y'all don't
had like 3
understand, bro.
burgers and like 5 hot dogs that game too. Like I was binge eating. Like I was so
That was that
nuts.
was that was one of the best games, the best atmospheres I ever been a part of in my
Hmm.
whole
You were
life.
there, dude.
Like I said, bro, I got videos of that stop. Like right, I'm on the
Yeah.
sidelines. I got video, bro. But that was just, bro. You
And just
just don't understand, bro.
Derek,
You
you
had to
mentioned
be
like
there.
leading up to it, like with the whole sign stealing thing, and then
Yeah,
ESPN and
man.
stuff, like trying to
Yeah,
tarnish your
man.
season. All the sports media trying to There's supposed to be due process, right? But all this shit is leaking out during the season. Like it's a witch hunt against Jim, so we don't get into the playoff and lose these games. Michigan State
Do we have
blew
any
them out,
more
49-0. But like it's no, it's
comments?
just at Victor's Nation at the end. But it's just like it doesn't make it was just leading up to like Bama. Like every game from our rivals was, oh, like you stole signs, like you're gonna get beat this game. Oh, you stole signs, it'll be this week. Like we fucking went all the way. Shut the fuck up. Like it had nothing to do with that. But yeah, I don't know why we keep getting these USC fans, but I
Yeah.
love it.
Thanks, Josh,
Like we
for
got we
tuning
got
in.
a pipeline in like Southern
Hey, hey,
California
hey,
right now.
Josh. Remember to come back the week when we play you
Oh yeah,
guys.
dude.
Come talk your shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? We'll love it. We'll love it, my boy.
Yep.
Absolutely. Awesome. So let's transition to offense now. Let's transition to the offensive side of the ball, and let's do the same thing. Start inside out with the big uglies that make up the what was a 2-time Joe Moore award-winning offensive line. So what you were just talking about, Jason, with the secondary, to tie it back, I think with the secondary, the biggest thing for people is that that's the position on defense that is the most prove it, right? Position. We know the defensive line is going to be good. We know the linebackers are going to be good. We've heard the secondary is going to be good. So that's the prove it position. I feel like that's kind of our offensive line coming into this year. Is
Yeah.
we had such strong offensive line play for consecutive years that last year it was kind of a letdown on the offensive line, and a lot of factors could have contributed to it. But I think Sharon Moore said this offseason that one of the things he felt comfortable with is that he felt that our offensive line was 10 deep with guys that would compete for starting jobs. Now, he had said going into camp that a couple spots were locked down. So Giovanni El Hadi, fifth-year senior, was locked into the starting left guard position. Greg Crippen, fifth-year senior, locked into the center position. Having two fifth-year seniors that were part of those Joe Moore award-winning offensive lines, that's huge, I think, man. And even Giovanni El Hadi had stepped in through some injuries and actually started on those offensive lines. So having those guys locked in, and then Andrew Sprague was locked in at the right tackle position, who didn't play at all last season until the very end of the season and had an awesome ReliaQuest. That was what you were trying to think of earlier, Dre. ReliaQuest was the bowl game
Yeah,
against
ReliaQuest.
Alabama.
There you go.
Yeah. I couldn't remember it either. I just knew it was
I'm
kind of
like
like,
a
yeah,
Legion
it's kind of
Bowl, a
stupid.
Lion. See what's up.
Like whatever the
I
fuck
Yeah,
was
it
it
was.
I was
was.
way off.
Like we know what you're talking about. I didn't know
Yeah.
either, bro.
But anyways,
We beat
so
him.
you know we've got an offense line anchored with some experience, and then Andrew Sprague. I think he's gonna end up being a really really good player for us. And we had competition coming into the year at the left tackle spot, which really was a competition between Evan Link and Andrew Babaloa, who unfortunately is out for the season with an injury. But
Yeah.
future's bright. A true freshman that's coming in and competing for a starting job at Michigan, one of the biggest programs that has probably more of an emphasis on offensive linemen than almost anyone else in the country. That's awesome. So Evan Link, who started all season at right tackle last year, is going to be our starting left tackle. And then what we found out a couple days ago, Brady Norton, transfer from Cal Poly, who actually was an FCS All-American, freshman All-American, beat out Nathan Ofobi for the starting right guard spot. So that's our starting unit. But I do think that we've got depth, because I think Blake Frazier, when Sharon Moore is talking about guys that are competing for a spot, Blake Frazier, I think, was one of those guys that was in the competition. I think he could play tackle or guard. Nathan Efobi, I think he could step in, obviously, because he was slotted to be a starter and ended up getting beat out. But I think that he also is a guy that I wouldn't have second thoughts about if he stepped into the starting lineup at all. Jake Gunara is a potential guard center that I think was in the mix. I don't know that he was ever really going to win a starting job, but if we need someone to step in and play center, I would feel pretty good about him. And then Ty Haywood, another true freshman that has a bright future. I think he's a guy that you don't want to see a ton of freshmen playing on your offensive line because there's a lot of development that needs to happen just physically from 18 years old to 22 years old. And typically one full season with the strength and conditioning program and meal program does pretty good. But another guy that is highly regarded that I think is also going to be a stud in the future, that if he had to step in, I would feel that he would do as good of a job as what we saw last year out of the tackle position. I think it's a prove it position, but I think we also have to remember that Sharon Moore is an offensive line coach, right? And so we've got to give the benefit of the doubt a little bit to the ability of these guys to progress from one season to another, especially Evan Link, who if there was one name that unfortunately was the brunt of the negativity across the Michigan fan base on the offensive line, it was Evan Link. And remember, these kids are 18, 19 years old when it comes to how you criticize them personally, but give benefit of the doubt that another year in the strength program, another year in the playbook, another year being coached by Sharon Moore, that he's going to be a better player this year than he was last year. And the fact that he's going to be our starting left tackle, and that Sharon Moore feels like our offensive line has more depth competing for starting spots than we did last year, tells me that I think we're going to be good. Now it is kind of a prove it position group, but
yes,
I think we're going to be all right. I think we're going to have a good offensive line. I think Chip Lindsey is the X factor on offense to maximize the strengths and weaknesses of the offense, which is one thing that I thought we did not get out of the offensive coordinator last year.
I think there's going to be a few of those proven position groups. So
for sure.
Speaking of that,
so you feel like the offensive line is a proven group?
I think they are. I think probably most of the fan base feels that way. Last year was underwhelming.
I think that's
considering the years before, but I think the whole offense for sure.
Yes, is going to be a prove it because
minus running backs.
There was a lot of factors, coaching, like play calling too, and then knowing your talent of like position, like Mullins to Indiana. That shit still pisses me off. I mean, we should have won that game if he was in there earlier, but that the whole offense. Excited with who we got in there, but and then Chip Lindsey as well too. But I think there's a lot to look at here. So excited for Saturday.
For sure. All right, Jason, you want to talk about tight ends and wide receivers? Another position that may be a prove it position.
Yeah, pretty much. So Colson Loveland gone. That sucks. So biggest replacement from last year's team, in my opinion. Who is going to be that big threat against the opposition? It's a big role for this offense, and a lot is expected to not just block or pick up short yards when we need a tight end to do so. Like, we need that position. We need them to get open, and we need them to make a big play on any down and anywhere on the field, especially in the red zone. So it's going to be interesting. From Michigan with Schoonmaker, with Jake Butt, with some other tight ends previously as well too. Like, it's a lot of this group has some tough shoes to fill. It's not a joke. Like, it is. So we got Captain Klein. He's our guy. So we got Zach Marshall, Jalen Hoffman, Hogan Hansen, Brady, but Klein is the guy going forward. He's going to be an important aspect in the passing game. Number 2 is Hogan Hansen. So he was injured He's expected to return and play a big role in this offense. Marshall's going to be a good blocker as well too, but there's there's more to learn and assess from this group as the season plays out. What better way to do it than actually live action games? But we could see a few different names in the rotation depending on the strategy and the play calling as well too. So it's somewhat of a not experienced group, especially in catching. But we have the athletes here. We have the athletes here to do it in this room, and the size is there as well to help in the ground game and also to make a big play. So I'm confident in Marlon Klein. I'm confident in all the other tight ends, but like Hogan Hansen is a name that I want to see out on the field, and I'm kind of jacked to see him out there and play. So kind of short, but there's just a little bit of few question marks. But like I am confident about this. We got some big names out there. They're just we haven't seen them yet because who is in front of them? Who is in front of
Right.
them before that?
Right.
We've had some big names before. They've been kind of waiting
So
their turn a
so
little bit. It's a time to prove themselves. And just playing college football too. I use Klein all the time, by the way, if you're gonna watch this after. And you've caught every ball so far. So we're almost to the natty, dude. Love it. Keep
let me
working.
ask you a question. Would you say this is another prove it position?
I think the whole offense is. I think not so much as the wide receiver group that I'm going to talk about in a little bit. Not so much as that. But tight end as well too, because we haven't really seen this group in action yet, these names in action yet because of what Colston Loveland has done.
Facts.
Really good. I think they're solidified as blockers. I think Zach Marshall is going to be a solid blocker. But as far as the pass catching goes, I think Hogan Hansen's really going to be our guy. I think Klein obviously is going to be up there as well too, and we just have to see. But I'm not going to lie, like I think we are going to see some different names coming in that position. So it's going to be interesting, really
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I would say like because of how we've replacing Colston Loveland is obviously always going to be tough. Colston Loveland
Yeah,
is a
it's a fucking
generational tight
beast.
end talent. But I think with how we've reloaded, like we've reloaded at the tight end position for years and years. So
Facts.
I think I think comparatively to offensive line and receivers, I think the tight end group is a group that I'm pretty comfortable with.
Yeah,
Continuing to reload, and it's that hybrid that they're gonna be aggressive, they're gonna be physical, they're gonna be blockers, and they're gonna sneak out in the passing game too, and they're gonna be targeted in the passing game.
yep. Just need to make a
Well,
big play, so it's different. So we'll
yeah.
see.
Yeah, they will not be. I don't think we have a tight end that will be the number one target in the offense like Colston Loveland was, though. But that hasn't, that's not the typical tight end role unless you have
I
a
don't know.
top 10
I've been reading
draft
some
pick.
stuff. I've been reading some stuff, and they've been talking about Marlon Klein might be the leader in catches and receptions, but we shall see.
We shall
I mean,
see. That'll
we
be
We'll
don't
the
know how to.
see.
Yeah, we don't know how the season gonna unfold, but
See it
that's what I was
Saturday. Yeah.
reading. Yeah,
well. Let's segue that into the receivers, Jason.
go ahead.
Yeah. So we got some names, some big names here, but number one, got the nod for that. But Donovan McCulley, he's a big play threat, and I know I've mentioned it two other times in other episodes, but it's the guy at Indiana. Last time they were in the big house to throw the first touchdown against us as well too. So he's got an arm. So I expect him to like being put into like certain packages to like maybe possibly throw the ball as well too. Like not right away, but like this guy is a like big time threat. Not just catching the ball, but throwing the damn ball as well too. Samaj Morgan, Channing Goodwin will be the primary receivers. So McCulley, Morgan, Goodwin. Um, not Frederick Moore. I mean, he was number 3 for a while here, but Goodwin has really stepped up his game. Coach Lindsay even saying that he can play all 3 spots at wide receiver, so that says a lot about him in the position he's in. Also, we have Anthony Simpson, Zona, and UMass transfer as well, so adding more experience, explosiveness like McCulley. Probably not of the same caliber. McCulley's our number 1 guy, no pun intended, but that's the number he's going to be wearing. But like we have Andrew March, we have Jacob Washington, we have Jamar Broder. So these are all new talent and added depth to that rotation. And you think a receiver, you don't think of, I'm going to go to Michigan, but like, I think this is a position that we're going to build upon. I think consistently as well too, and we're going to see some bigger names that we have coming as well next year too. But we just had its mother, Eleanor on, and Andrew. I know, Derek, you mentioned it before we went live, I believe, but Michigan starting kick returner as a freshman. So that says a lot about not just him being a receiver, but his playmaking ability too, because that's a lot of trust instilled into Andrew. So congratulations on that,
especially as a
Eleanor
freshman.
Marsh, as a freshman, as a freaking freshman. But we saw kind of Morgan, kind of Samaj, kind of take that role as well too. So there's a
Facts.
lot to be said
Facts.
about that. And I
Facts.
think that's just going to increase his development and like his contribution to the games as well too. So like he's not just a receiver; he is a big time playmaker. We need to be talking about him more. We mentioned him as well. Um, he's going to get playing time. Give him the damn ball in space and let him go. This kid is ready for the show as a freshman. Right now, we're going to segue into Bryce Underwood here in a couple of positions here, but like it's the same way. Like he's ready to go. So like I'm excited for him. I know his mom. Eleanor said like his goal is to get 1,000 receiving yards. Hope he gets that. I think last year I know Draper you posted it at Katy, Texas. He had like 3,500 receiving yards, like a season ago, his senior year in high school. So he
Hold
is
on.
going to be
Whoa.
a
Wow. I didn't see that.
3,500. Yeah,
Whoa.
Draper posted that 3,500 receiving yards at Katy, Texas.
Whoa.
He is going to be one um, for youth, which is good to really boost this group as well too. And I think Washington's the same way, and we're going to see Jamar Broder as well too get probably some playing time as well too. So I'm excited for these young receivers. I'm excited what we got coming next year as well too. But I think this group has changed. It wasn't just the freaking quarterbacks last year. Okay, it was tough creating separation from the receivers that we had last year. It was extremely difficult. I'm sure there was many factors involved with that, but it wasn't just the quarterback play, okay? But there's a stronger bond, confidence, and competitiveness in this room. Um, and really no offense, no offense at all, I guess, to this, but it'd be hard to repeat what we did last season. Like you'd have to really try. Like we could
Yeah.
not complete a forward pass. Like I'm being honest. Like no
Absolutely.
offense, but like we got guys that have grown, have seen good seasons, have seen last season. And like I said too, like have a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. Like you're gonna have bad seasons, but like what are the opportunities that come from that? And I think this is what that culture does with this football program. This is what this team does well, and this is what this coaching staff and these players do well. Just build off of that. We already saw it. We're not even seeing at the beginning of this season. We already saw that being built the last 3 or 4 games of at the end of last season. So um, we got the guys that have grown, like I said, and then added to the right pieces to create separation. So this is definitely our room. I'm not saying it's like a home run hitter, but we got some studs. So McCulley should have been a Wolverine last year. Google that story if you haven't read about that yet. Jamaj Morgan, Frederick Moore, he's still going to be up there as well too. I know Goodwin kind of passed him up, I think, on the depth chart a little bit. Kendrick Bell converted quarterback. We're still going to see him in action. Peyton O'Leary, love this guy. I know I try to bring him up every year, but we're going to see him in action. Awesome catch in Columbus last year to extend play for a first down. And then CJ Charleston as well, too. I know I'm missing some other names, but there's going to be some good stuff that comes from this group. But we did have like the worst passing offense last
Yes, we
season. It
did.
just wasn't good. And it wasn't just because of the quarterback. Like I said, it was creating separation space to get open. And we struggle with that in this room. But this group will rebound from last season. I'm not just saying like as a homer or as a fan, but I overly trust the work that Chip Lindsey is already doing. Ron as well too as a wide receivers coach, but it's a fun fact. It's been like 12, like a 12-year drought of having a 1,000-yard receiver. So I'm not saying we're going to have it this year. I know Andrew Marsh, that's his goal. That'd be great if we could see that. But 12 fucking year drought of having a 1,000-yard wide receiver. This group, the new OC, calling plays from the box, I think he's doing this year as well. I think they're really going to set the tone for that. I'm not going to say that's going to happen this year because we got two really solid running backs. Got Savion Hitter coming. I think it's always going to be a run first offense. But I know Chip is also going to make adjustments to focus more on the passing game because that's what he likes to do as well too. There needs to be a balance there. And with Bryce Underwood, I feel like this offense is going to change. People have been asking about it for years. As the games, the weeks, the seasons progress, you are going to see more passing in this offense. Finally, but I think they're really going to set the tone for that in for this year, but then progressing into future seasons as well too. We could have a whole pod on the wide receiver group. I mean, there's a lot of question marks, but there's a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff coming from this as well too.
Yeah, our original plan was actually to have 2 podcasts about the topics we're covering in one podcast tonight, but time did not allow us to get that structured. But yeah. I think to touch on the receivers with a final thought here, I think Donovan McCulley is going to be the leading receiver on the team. It says a lot that he has the opportunity to wear the number 1. That's not just given out, that's earned. That's something that Sharon Moore made sure was earned. And he's a big body.
Side of the ball at number 2.
Number 2,
yeah. As well too. Yeah, it's crazy.
So I'm excited for that because we haven't seen it. And the thing is, we just haven't seen it, but it absolutely cannot be worse than last year. Like you said, it can only be better. Goodwin moving into the starting lineup, that does kind of surprise me. So I'm excited to see that, not to negate what Fred Moore can bring to the table. And while I would expect that McCulley looks more like the Braylon Edwards type receiver out there, the big possession receiver, the guy that you get in the red zone, you're throwing a fade to the guy that's like 6'5", right? That's where the jump balls are going. But Samaj Morgan, I think one of the things that he did an interview, and one of the things that stood out that he said about Chip Lindsey's offense was that there's more downfield passing plays for him, where he was used primarily as a gadget receiver early on. Yeah. One of the things, because he's quick, one of the things that I would like to see is more of like a Tyreek Hill type utilization, where they still do the bubbles and the screens and the reverses to get his speed in space, but they also scheme him open with route concepts to get him open down the field in space.
That's what I want for Andrew Marsh as well too.
Right. If they add that in, that part that didn't exist last year. That existed with Roman Wilson. Roman Wilson was utilized in that way a couple of years ago. If Samaj can have that type of receiver role, and we've got the big possession receiver in McCulley, I think that will do wonders for Bryce, and I think that'll do wonders for our offense.
But I think on the positive thing, there's not a lot to look at from last year. So like the first 3 or 4 games, these teams might get a little confused. I mean, there's not going to be a lot there for them to look at based on besides like the first whatever games they have to look at. So that is a positive. I don't think we did that on purpose. If we did, it's fucking stupid. But like the play calling last year was I just didn't get it. There was just some calls. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, all right. Dre, let's turn it over to you to talk about running backs for a few minutes.
As we know, Donovan Edwards and Khalil Mullins, they got drafted. I mean, they went on to the NFL, and now Jordan Marshall, and we have a transfer, Justice Hayes from Alabama, which is crazy. They played against each other in what is it called again? ReliaQuest Bowl.
When we he transferred. I don't think the teams played against each other. He wasn't in there.
Oh, he didn't play? Oh, I thought
they transferred. They were transferred to Michigan. Same thing with Payne as well too.
Okay,
transfer
because
out before.
I must have been. It must have been something else that showed his highlights. I thought it was a game against Michigan, but anyway, um, I think they're going to be the dynamic duo, just how Blake and Dono was a few years back. With I think they got more speed and power than both. Um, I think Jordan Marshall is going to be the Blake of the situation, and I think Justice Hayes is going to be the Donovan Edwards of the situation. I don't know. I don't know who starts, who's 1A and 1B. They can be one. They can both start on any other team. You know what I'm saying? If they were somewhere else. So, um, I got a feeling it all hinges on our offensive line as well, how they gel and they mesh. But from everything that I've been seeing in reports is that they're going to have a great season barring injuries, and I feel like they're going to be like Jason said like Draper said for Rashad Benny. I think those two are going to be the anchors of the offense. Because again, we are a run first team, and I think they're going to take most of the pressure off of Bryce, a lot of the pressure off of Bryce in the passing game and even in the running game. I mean, with the blocking from the running game. I mean, in the passing game. So I just feel like we not gonna fall off with the running backs. We starting to turn into running back you, to be honest.
Yeah, we are.
All these running
Now
backs
get
we've been
Savion
producing
Henry.
with Savion coming as well, man. But again, it should be a 1-2 punch. Like I said, I couldn't tell you because I don't think it's been announced who's starting first and who's coming out, but their carry should be split, and like I said, it's gonna be fun to watch.
I mean, what he did against Alabama just as a freshman too, so he's missed in
Facts,
Ohio. That's high school player in
facts,
Ohio.
facts.
But
And he
just an
was the
absolute
MVP of the
fundamentals.
Reliant Quest Bowl. I'm sorry, I forgot to
He
mention that, but
was.
he was the MVP of the Reliant Quest Bowl.
So it's gonna be interesting. Like it's gonna be a split regardless. I don't think we can name really a starter. So like we might see a
Facts.
starter out there, but like it depends on what package we're going into too. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that one at week 1 here when we talk about that.
Yeah, after week 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and another thing too with those two guys. I mean, I've made the comparisons all off season, and that comparison is that they're Cadillac Williams and Ronnie Brown, right?
Ooh,
Like
that's a
that.
good comparison.
That's what I expect out of those two guys. So
That is a
I
good
think
comparison.
I think you're spot on with that. And then another thing I'm excited about the running backs too is we'll probably primarily see mostly Jordan Marshall and Justice Haynes, but Micah Kapana is somebody that's had buzz for a couple of years. Bryson Kuzdal's been one that has he had a good spring game. I think we'd probably see more of Micah Kapana than him. And then we've got a true freshman in Jasper Parker that's been getting some buzz too. So in late in some games, especially week 1, I would like to maybe see some of those young guys get some run and get some reps too. But I think the absolute not prove it position on offense is running back. I think that's a position we know we're going to be.
I was going to ask y'all the same question I've been asking. Is this a proven position? But I didn't think so. I don't think so.
All right.
We'll see.
Couple questions that came in the chat here. Derek, I can tell you young. Don't assume too much based off the baby face. The number 1 jersey is a legendary number. How can you give it to a transfer who hasn't played a down for Michigan?
To be honest, I agree.
That's a good question.
I agree.
It's a good question, but it's the same thing with Earls as well too. Like, dude, you're not the coach.
Agree.
So I think trust the process as well
Absolutely.
too. and what they're seeing in camp, like you don't know.
Nah,
So
but
Earl's got the number 2 for
nah,
decent
bro. But that ain't
defense.
how that work though. That ain't how that
It
work though.
doesn't. It doesn't matter. Get out of the old school shit. We're in the new school shit. If I'm trusting the coaching staff, if he deserves that number, he deserves that number.
I mean,
I don't give a fuck if we're
how do
90
you
up.
know he deserves the number? Is what we
I'm
trying to
not the
find.
coach. I'm
You know?
trusting the coach to make
Oh
that
yeah,
decision if he
me
deserves
too.
that number.
Me too.
And that
But that's a
previous
good
player.
question though. That's a good question.
So we got Roman Wilson, we got Anthony Carter, like obviously like big gaps right
Now
there.
let me ask you a question.
Edwards as well,
Did Roman deserve the number?
Yeah.
What number did he wear before that?
Fucking ball in a
14. What number did he wear before that? Exactly.
14.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. He didn't just come out with the number.
Yeah, I get that.
You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
Earn the number,
I get
bro.
that, but like watching this kid play, like even like I get it, just spring ball, like he made a good catch in double coverage or whatever too. Like I'm not just basing it off of that, but like this guy is talented. Like it's a fucking number. Go out and fucking play ball.
No,
Same thing with Earls with the number 2 as well too. Like so, Will Johnson took it as a freshman.
It's some shit you gotta earn, bro.
I'm not gonna be worried about numbers. Just go and play fucking football.
But the coaching staff
football. Like,
but the coaching staff did tell him that he had to earn number 1, that he was not going to get number 1. And that was more than just play on the field. That had to do with leadership too. So sure, they were not just going to give him number 1. He had to earn it by coming in, being a leader, and earning that role.
See, I think the number 2 is like kind of like
to
weird
be honest,
too. It's on both
I think
sides
they gave it to him just because he about to leave. You know what I'm saying? He ain't like, but Earls, like I come on, bro, come on, man. No, he wasn't supposed to get that off bat.
I'm sorry. Like but Will Johnson too. I mean, there was questions there too. I mean, everyone knew he was going to be.
I would have said the same thing about Will, bro. Right. I said it, bro. Like
a lot of people did. A lot of people did. Like that's like
you gotta earn it. I mean,
man. Like, but like the fact that Woodson gave him approval, like they saw something in him. So all we can do is trust the coaches at this point. But like, I get it. Like, yeah, it's a little premature for the offensive side of the ball. Number 1 with McCauley. And then number 2 a little bit premature with Earls.
I'll say at least next year. You know what I'm saying?
That's like saying giving the number 2 to TJ Metcalf. Like all the great things we've heard about him in fall camp as well too. But like, I don't know.
See, the offensive 2 ain't as revered as the defensive 2. It's 1 on offense and 2 on defense. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if somebody wears 2 on offense. Yeah. That's Blake's number. Blake, I mean, it ain't revered like number 1. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we did
too, for fuck's sake. Yeah, go ahead, Derek.
And another good point here, right? So we did go away from the value of the number 1 as the number for the top receiver for a couple of years. Don't forget that Andrell Anthony also wore number 1.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
And
you know what I'm saying?
What that run he had against Michigan State didn't deserve the number 1, but that was fucking sick coming across the field.
I was about to get mad if you said that deserved the number 1, bro. I was gonna get so mad.
I just thought that was fucking crazy. I'm like, you think you're like, oh my god, like this guy's gonna have an awesome career as a freshman. Just came across the field on a slant route and then just ran it all the way for a touchdown. But like, then his second year, drop balls, like it was just different. It was just different.
Where he at now? You still at Oklahoma?
I don't know, man. He was at Oklahoma. I don't know what he's doing now. I think we have his cousin in the group too yet. The Facebook group. She's still in the group yet. I'm pretty sure.
That's what's up.
Potentially. Well, there's one more position that we got to touch on here, and that's the quarterback position. So who wants to start, Dre or Jason?
Me.
All right, Dre, take it away.
First of all, I just want to I want everybody to say that doubted he was coming. Ha 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 in your face. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for everybody that put in this off-season work. Thank you to the Ellises, Dave, Portnow, El Presidente, you the man, and everybody else that put in that work. to flip my that guy Bryce, you know what I'm saying, so we can be excited as we are about this upcoming season and the rest, and you know what I'm saying, why he's on campus. Now, with that being said, I don't expect much from him, to be honest.
Yeah.
I expect him. My range of touchdowns is from 15 to 20. Like I said, I don't expect that much. Not this year, at least. I could be wrong, but again, I feel like we're gonna run the ball more than we're gonna throw it. Not saying we're not gonna throw it, but I think we're gonna run it way more. Will he have those opportunities to throw and get touchdowns? Yes. He can end the season with more with the running touchdowns. I think he gonna get some like goal line Cam Newton type touchdowns. So that's gonna boost his touchdowns up. But as far as passing touchdowns, I can see 15 to 20. I don't want to give a high number of interceptions because I don't know yet, but I could see 15 to 20 touchdowns this season. Like I said, I just how many did JJ have his first year starting? Was it like 18 or 20, something like that too? If I'm mistaken.
Let me pull it up here.
I remember him throwing that touchdown pass, like his first TD pass against Western Michigan.
For sure.
I was in Oahu. He threw it like across the field. It's
crazy,
dude.
Yeah, he had 22 both in 2022 and 2023. He had 22 touchdowns.
I could see about that. You know what I'm saying? 20 to 22. You know, maybe even more though, because we was definitely a run team when he was. You know what I'm saying? Not saying we changed up, but we was way more run, and he had 22 touchdowns. Oh, that give me a little more hope. Maybe he do get a little more.
He's faster than JJ too.
I don't know, bro.
He is.
I think
posted like today as well too, like their 40 that they ran or whatever. He's quicker.
Oh, okay.
I think though the thing to remember with Bryce Underwood is he's coming in with 5-star power, right? He's coming in with a lot of expectations, and I think he's going to be an amazing talent, and he earned the starting job as a true freshman, and he just turned 18 years old, right? So one of the things to remember talent. Definitely, and I hope he is the generational talent that that he is propped up to be, but he's still an 18-year-old true freshman that is playing in the highest level of college football, right? So I mean, we're playing in the Big Ten. He's going to be playing against. He's going to get hit harder this year than he ever has been in his life, right? He's going to have defensive ends that are going to be in the NFL a year from now that are the ones hitting him, where last year he had a high school kids in the state of Michigan as the guys that are hitting him. So that being said, I think he is for sure an upgrade at the quarterback position from what we got to see last year. My biggest thing with the quarterback position is what's behind him. Right? If he goes down, are we able to have the continuity of somebody that can also run the offense? And how does he respond?
Knock on wood. Fuck.
I'm sorry. Just I've been, like I said, no. If Jaden Davis with our situation last year, even though if it was his parents or his throwing mechanics, I've been hearing both. You know what I'm saying? I've been hearing both. So I don't know, but if he couldn't get on the field last year in the season, where that showed me all that I needed to see. You know what I'm saying?
If he right now, but I think he's good. I think he's talented, but I think throwing mechanics for sure. It's a weird.
So I feel like if Bryce go down, bro, we're gonna be back in the same position. Maybe not. I feel like maybe we'll probably
I think better with the transfer
Davis
portal
still
as well,
here?
too.
Is Davis still here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Davis
but
Ward.
he's coming off of his injury though.
And then the Fresno
I
State
forgot.
quarterback, and then the ECU quarterback. So we do have some veteran.
Mikey Keene and Jake Garcia.
Which Mikey Keene, I think, took the most snaps ever last year.
But I'm saying, do y'all trust? Do y'all obviously y'all? I mean, he wasn't trusted good enough to be quarterback number 2.
Yeah, I think we got to go back a comment, Derek. We got to go one more. Yeah, there we go. So so we were number 4, and then number 1.
Yes,
I think is So he
and
had 4 and then 1.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, then he bounced again. Maximus. For sure.
The money there.
So we had less than 800 yards at wide receiver as a team for the year. Please explain.
Yeah, it was the worst.
That's we were talking about it a little bit earlier that there's a number of factors. It was more
play calling, offensive line, receivers not getting open.
Not the right play calls to create separation.
Yeah,
so many fucking factors.
It's so many factors, bro. But I believe Maximus that it'd be a different outcome this year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not just because we have Bryce. I think it's more play calling as well, and our personnel kind of upgraded a little bit with the transfers that we have coming in so. We'll see.
We'll get more into it too. We'll get into it week 1 as well when we get there.
Yeah. But
so
go ahead.
I was gonna say real quick about Bryce. Sorry, Dre. So I got a question today from someone what do you think of Bryce Underwood? He's kind of talking a big game right now, because I think you mentioned no one's seen a freshman like me or whatever.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yes, exactly. But so probably one of the best prospects, if not the best prospect in Michigan history. So he is kind of people are making him out to a prodigy, but I think he kind of is. He's a big deal. But so we talked about it before, and this is a lot of respect to his parents as well too. But the work ethic he's showing, his age. With his age, he just turned freaking 18, and now he's leading the fucking football team, basically. But his maturity, his athleticism as well too. But as a whole team, and as far as a program goes, maybe why he's talking a little bit, I don't think he's talking like he's bragging like he's the shit. It's nothing to do with that, is what I said. They made Michigan the villain. They did. People want it as the villain, and he's playing the villain's part. And that's if you want Michigan to do that, then that's fine. We're just going to hit you in the fucking mouth. And I'm not saying that because I'm a homer, I'm a Michigan fan, but keep talking your shit, and you're going to get smacked, basically. But
but let me ask you this:
he's a very unique talent. He's a unique talent. We're not going to maybe see his full potential as a freshman because he's just turned 18. But he's gonna make big plays for us this season.
But Jason, you can't put that he's just a freshman after he says he's the best freshman we ain't never seen nothing like it.
Well,
so
you can't
put just a freshman. But you still can't put just a freshman at the end because of what he said. You know what I'm saying?
We can because he's still young and he's still gonna make mistakes. There's still progression.
Yeah, no question.
You
gotta
create permanence.
Do you understand that man said a freshman is something it's something we never seen? Do you understand Trevor Lawrence, his freshman season got 40 touchdowns, bro, and won a national championship, bro?
Who did he have as receivers though?
I don't care.
We do because it's opposite. You're talking about one team versus another.
But for a person to say it's something we never seen, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just did.
I mean, he did.
Did.
He got to get 50 touchdowns or more than Trevor Lawrence to see something that we never seen.
That's what I'm saying as well too. We're not yet. We don't. I still I think this wide receiver room is better than last year, obviously. But I don't 40 think
touchdowns worth.
We don't have the playmakers for him. I still don't think we have the type of players for him yet.
He ain't gonna be like nothing we never seen. That's my point.
Because my point is because we fucking can't. Because we can't. We don't have the fucking playmakers yet. That's my point. We will.
You get what I'm saying, Derek?
We're still going to be a run-heavy team.
You know what I'm saying?
But you're talking about two different teams. You're talking about two different teams.
No, I'm talking about Bryce as a person. I'm talking about Bryce, what he said as a person. I'm not talking about receivers. I'm not talking about nothing else. The man said out his...
Do you disagree? Do you agree
no,
with him
I don't. I do not agree, bro. I don't. Trevor Lawrence had the best freshman season of all time. Am I right, Derek, or am I wrong?
So I think there's valid points on both sides of the spectrum, right? So when you make a comment, even if it's casual, it's going to be taken into a context of. I feel like people haven't seen a freshman like me, though, right? That's going to set a pedestal for him to live up to, right? But at the same time, we can't expect with this team, it's not the same situation, right? So
I get it.
I agree. I agree with you, Dre, that comment makes him have to live up to a high expectation, and I agree
exactly.
With you,
That's what I'm saying. He got to get 40-something.
We don't know what this offense. We don't know if this offense is going to look like.
We don't. No, we don't.
We brought up a lot of RP. I mean, what are we going to see? We don't know. We're going to find out.
But what I'm asking you is, do you think this season, his freshman season, he's capable to get 40+ touchdowns?
Running and passing?
No, passing.
No, because we don't have the receivers.
Exactly. So we see that though. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do and I don't. Like, I think he's going to be successful in his own way.
Oh, no. I'm not saying he's not going to be successful. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying we don't know yet.
No, we don't.
We're going to see week one. We're going to see week one. But it's the playmakers he has. I think we have two really good receivers coming in next year as well, too. That's going to be able to help him out that, but we're not there yet.
And we look
if you're a receiver, you're not going. We just saw fucking Chris Henry Jr. fucking, like, the guy's going to be a freak. Where the fuck is he going to go? Well, we already know where he's going. But, like, we need Michigan to convert into that. If Chip Lindsey's going to change this offense, we need those types of playmakers.
Yeah, for sure.
We don't have them right now.
For sure. And that's all I'm saying. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Bryce is extremely talented.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying in both aspects. It's just, I think the frustration is that we just don't know yet.
Yeah, we
don't know.
We don't know at all. Because we didn't know Trevor Lawrence was gonna come in and throw 40 touchdowns and win a national championship. Even though he came in to a national championship team, that don't make you throw 40 touchdowns, though. You know what I mean? Even though the team was national championship ready. You know what I'm trying to say. Like,
the caliber was there. I mean, he was good in after year. I mean, I think, he drew the short straw and got stuck with the fucking ownership of the Jaguars. But, I mean, that's the same thing with the fucking Vikings. I mean, anyone that plays quarterback there, you're always going to have probably receivers that make you look good. But I think J.J. McCarthy's still a natural talent.
Yeah, no.
I think he's going to fucking ball out for sure.
No.
So it's just where you're landed, what position you're in, and who you have around you. It's a team sport.
So let me ask both of y'all this: what is a successful season for Bryce?
Besides being undefeated?
I'm talking about individual for him. Like, what is a successful season for him?
I mean, like, it's kind of a loaded question.
I think
protect the football.
Don't turn the football over. Right. A high touchdown to interception. High touchdown to interception ratio. So, if it can be 20 touchdown season, 5 interception type season, right? Like don't turn the ball over, protect the football. If Bryce Underwood does that, this will segue us into what we're going to finish the show off with in preview and the actual season here. I think if Bryce
But as
Underwood
well,
can protect the
yeah, go
football
ahead.
and not turn the football over, that to me is going to put Michigan in the college football playoff.
But as a freshman too, like, is he who else is he gonna make better around him too? As an 18-year-old quarterback coming into this program with high expectations, especially coming off of a natty and what we saw last season, who is he going to improve around him as well too? I think that's going to say a lot. It's going to say a ton. And we've already seen the leadership capabilities in practice. Obviously got the nod to be a starter, obviously, but like I'm just saying too, like he is not a normal 18-year-old. And like that's a nod to his parents,
No, I don't know.
obviously, but the work ethic is there.
Facts.
The IQ is there, the work ethic is there, the athleticism there, and that's what God gave him too. But like, I think there's some question marks about this whole offense this season. Well, if I'm good enough to watch the game this weekend, but like, there's always YouTube. But like, I think there's gonna be a lot of good things coming from him. I just like don't know what that looks like yet. So like, yes, Derek said taking care of the ball, and then also the aspect of like who is he gonna make better around them as a leader. I think they're already seeing him as a leader. He's
Facts.
just. I'm not saying when he was like, hey, he's a unique talent. He might not have the receivers around him, but like we'll see. But I think like as he's a natural born leader as well too at his age. He's past his prime.
Man, we don't know. We don't know about the receivers just yet. We'll see. You know
You
what I'm
know,
saying? We
I
we
mean
will
that's
see.
still a proven point of creating
Yeah.
separation,
You know what I'm
and
saying? Tight ends and receivers, we shall see.
yeah, we'll get to that because like I got some stuff to talk about with the offense too. So go ahead, Derek. Shoot.
Well, let's segue. We're running a little long here. Let's segue
Yeah,
to previewing the season. Let's take a look at the schedule and rapid fire through anything that sticks out on the schedule, trap game that you see on the schedule, and your overall prediction on the season.
for sure.
Jason, go ahead and give us
Yeah.
give us
So
a start.
obviously at Oklahoma, like I'm not gonna see like that as a trap game. Well, it's going to be a competitive game. We could also say like at Nebraska, at USC, going to be tough. And then I'm not going to state the obvious because I know Derek, you might, or Dre, you might as well too. Like at Maryland, we got at Maryland again before the game versus the Suckeyes. Mine is at Nebraska. I think they're a better team. They're a team the last couple of years, and as a fan, it's really frustrating as well too. But they're a team that they've had a lot of close games. Like they led college football for multiple years for like possibly like just winning games and then losing games by a certain percent of, or a certain margin or a one possession score, right? So like they're a team that's going to be ready. They're coming off. They got us at home. It's not going to be a night game. I believe it's at 3:30 Eastern Standard Time, but still like playing at Nebraska, even though we beat the living shit out of them a few years back. And then Roman Wilson's catch too behind the helmet on the defender's back of the head. But like, I think that's my trap game is at Nebraska. That's still what that one still kind of scares me when I'm looking at the schedule. I think USC is going to be good. I think they'll be better next year. I'm not worried about that game traveling to California. Obviously, that's going to be a little bit weird for this program going out there, but mine's going to be at Nebraska. It's a tough environment. It's a tough atmosphere. It's worse at night. They got a solid quarterback that thinks he's Patrick Mahomes. Matt Rule might bitch his way into a win, but at the same time, like there's still a lot of talent. They're still building that program, but I think they're talented enough to like cause some problems
What's your prediction?
for the season.
Yeah.
Undefeated, dude. You already know it. Fucking so asking.
Hey, he going to that long ass spew about Nebraska, and then he's like undefeated. Oh,
That's my
that's
trap
funny.
game. Yeah, we're going undefeated, dude.
Oh shit.
It's like,
Yeah,
yeah, we might lose, but fucking, we're going undefeated.
oh, that was funny.
I always say we're going undefeated. I don't care if we have one fucking person playing next year. We're going undefeated. always. And it's not because I'm trying to prove a point. It's that we're bred
To
different.
be honest, my trap
Michigan.
game is USC. To be honest,
Uh,
I think it's gonna be a difficult place to play. I think Lincoln or Lincoln what's his name? Lincoln Riley. Oh my God.
Lincoln Riley.
Lincoln Riley.
Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, Lincoln Riley.
Jesus. I think he got a point to prove. I think he's on the hot seat. If he don't get it done this year, I think he's out of there. So I think that's gonna be a real tough environment for us to go to, especially with the jet lag and the traveling to the east. I mean the west coast, you know what I'm saying, is gonna be a real big thing for us. So hopefully we handle it well. My prediction on the season is undefeated. But y'all knew that. Derek.
Are we even talking about trap games? Like, fuck it, but we're gonna win them all.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna go with the obvious one for the trap games. So an interesting thing on the schedule is that we don't have 2 consecutive home or road games on the season. It's constantly changing up. Which, by the way, if you go to the victorsnation.com/shop, you can buy a Chorus Crew shirt, and again, proceeds for those shirts are going to the Fuller family, and you'll see the Michigan schedule this year on the back of that shirt, color coded for home and away games, and you will see a cool pattern because
really
there's not
cool.
2 that are the same.
Yeah, and you'll
So
see Michigan
get your Chorus
State
Crew
as
shirt.
little brother as well too. So
It
buy it.
does.
All proceeds
But
go to her family.
But I'm gonna go with the layup here. I'm gonna go with the Maryland game. So that Maryland, for some reason, that game just always scares me. Playing Maryland the week before Ohio State, that game is just very very easily a trap game. We've had those games. Ohio State's had those games. I don't know if you remember a couple years ago, Maryland should have beat Ohio State in overtime. The week before they played us, but
they should have.
That's my trap game. My prediction on the season: I hope we go undefeated. But my realistic
go ahead.
My realistic prediction's 10-2. I think that if we can go 10-2, and I can't give guarantees on games that I think we're gonna lose.
I was about to ask you who we losing to.
It's just a tough. Going undefeated is going to be tougher and tougher, I think. So, I think playing at USC, at Nebraska, at Oklahoma, at home against Ohio State, Washington, Wisconsin. There's some tough programs in there, and I think there's some programs that could end up surprising some people, but I just going undefeated and every season, it's too tough, and it's too competitive of a conference, I think.
We're gonna win them all. We're setting another record.
All of
10-2 is my prediction on the
all
season.
All of them, playoff, championship, we're winning them all.
All of them.
And real quick, what's one thing you guys want to see this weekend? What are you looking forward to the most? What are you hoping to take away from the game the most? Jason?
We want to throw a forward pass for 20 yards. That's what I want to see.
Passing offense. Yes.
But yes, I want to see that. But realistically as well too, I expect New Mexico to treat it like it was in 23, and especially the year before. They're gonna stack the box. They know what running back talent we have. We know there's probably depth on. They know there's probably depth on the offensive line as well too. They're gonna stack the box. You got a true freshman quarterback coming in, which Bryce is like the 4th, I think. The 4th true freshman quarterback in Michigan history. So you got Leach, Forcier, Chad Henne as well too. So they're going to stack the box. They're going to challenge the quarterback. They're going to make us run the ball. Hey, you guys didn't even have quarterback talent last year. Is this freshman all what it's hyped up to be? Let them stack the box. If we get a creative on offense, we can get a couple good runs on the outside. That's going to open it up for Bryce a little bit, I think, as a freshman to become a little bit more comfortable in passing the ball. But, more importantly, I want to see creativity. Like, I want to see. I'm not worried about the defense, but we'll get into that. But like, I want to see creativity. I want to see. I want to see offense, a generated offense, a high-powered tempo offense. But I want to see innovation. I think we do have that with Chip Lindsey, but it's like I don't know why I'm like I know it's different coaches and players and whatever, but like it was just a tough season to watch last year, which, we're no experts all the time either. We're humans, we make mistakes, but it's like the consistency was just so bad with the play calling. Like, that's what I want to see. I want to see the innovation and the creativity on offense. And do you know your talent, Chip Lindsey, which I'm positive he does better than last season with Kurt Campbell, but like it's going to be interesting. That's the main thing I want to see. I want to see innovation on offense. I want to see creativity in the play calling.
I'm
That's
sorry.
exactly what I
I'm
want to see.
sorry to bust your bubble, brother, but you won't be seeing that on week 1.
You
I
don't know
think you
that.
would be seeing.
Did you
I
already?
think.
Do you have a
I
fucking?
think.
Do you have a
I
fucking
think
time
we.
machine? Did you already
I
see it
think
already?
we will see.
You
Trust
don't
me,
know.
bro. Trust me, bro. The
I didn't know you
playbook
had a
for the
time
game.
machine, dude.
Hey, the game plan for week 1 gonna be so vanilla. You know what I'm
But it should
saying?
be. That's fine.
So
It could be
vanilla.
vanilla, but like even last year, it was beyond fucking vanilla. It was before vanilla, dude. Like
Yeah,
we knew we were
okay.
running up the fucking middle. Like I'm not saying you know what I mean? Like I'm not saying like, oh, it's gonna be some crazy fucking plays and there's gonna be RPOs. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like get some fucking play action going or something. Get the defense guessing, even if we're doing a halfback dive. Do something. We didn't do that shit last year. Even
100.
if it's basic act. That's my point. I wasn't saying like, hey, we're gonna get crazy, we're gonna throw some trick plays.
Because I was
I'm
about to
just
say
saying like get
you'll probably see more of
something.
what you asking for in week 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because we at Oklahoma, you know what
We
I'm
had
saying?
to, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Have to.
But
I
go
go ahead,
ahead,
Dre.
Derek. Go ahead.
Honestly, I just want to see competent offense. I want to see an offense that
Yeah,
that shows the competence to just consistently move the football. It's New Mexico. I want to go back to really 21, 22, 23. What we saw in those non-conference games to start the season. It didn't necessarily always have to be big plays, and it didn't necessarily have to be a this wide open slinging the football playbook. I just want to see the competence to be able to consistently just move the sticks and score touchdowns. That's the biggest thing that I want to see on the offensive side of the ball. Defensive side of the ball, I want to see the secondary lockdown. I don't want to be giving up third down conversions. I want to see the secondary making plays and shutting down New Mexico. Those are the two things that I want to see the most. Is I want to see the secondary, and I just want to see the offense competent.
Yes.
Okay. Me, I want to see how these transfers and perform and freshmen perform under this atmosphere. It's a night game at the big house. Going to be a sold out place. It's going to be rumbling in there, and people excited for us to be back. I just want to see how it, because I'm really not worried about how we gonna look. I feel like Chip Lindsey gonna put together something, and I don't think we really, like I said, I don't think we really gonna see too much Saturday anyway. But running plays and a couple vanilla passing plays, you know what I mean? So hopefully, you know what I'm saying. They let Bryce at least throw the ball at least 20, 25 times. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I
Get the
feel
running
like,
game going, get them comfortable.
yeah, I feel like we gonna blow. I don't think he gonna play that much. I think he might even sit out the fourth quarter because we're gonna be up so damn much. So we shall see.
Absolutely. A couple comments came in.
Yeah, we can do that.
Let's get to a couple comments. So, we'll rapid fire through these. With Hillman and Metcalf starting at safety, Mason Curtis, Edmonds, maybe Rod Moore. Where do you see Mangum at safety depth? I think he's gonna be in the rotation, right? So
Yeah,
I've been
Jake
hearing some
Mangum,
things out him too.
yeah, he's had good buzz. I was hopeful to see him last year, and he ended up missing the whole season with injury that was not really ever disclosed, but it came out that he was out due to injury. I think he's going to be in that rotation. I think Rod Moore, like what Dre was saying, I think if he makes an impact, I think it's going to be a little bit later in the season as he still continues to come back from injury. And I think some of these roles are going to be decided the Michigan way, right? Like how often over the years have we seen the actual full-on depth chart come to fruition in the season with reps versus reps instead of a camp ball. So I do think that Mangum is going to be in that rotation, in the 2 deep at least. Another question, Sherrill Moore named Jasper Parker third string running back. We brought in 2 senior transfer running backs. What's up with that? Don't say depth. I think one of them, CJ Hester, I think he left the program already. So we do have a transfer that came from Princeton, John Volker. I honestly can't tell you the rhyme or reason why.
Hey, if they just better, they just better. That's what I'm saying. Maybe he just better than the seniors.
I don't think that Jasper Parker is going to be very high in the running back rotation. He's coming with a degree from Princeton and probably wants to play a little more football. So I'm not necessarily sure on that one. Span Marchiola last year, 10 Big Ten teams had losing records on the road. All Big Ten teams had winning record at home. Six games on the road in the Big Ten is not an easy schedule. Agree.
I think we're the best conference.
I think this is tying back to the conversation about Bryce Underwood. Difference is Drew Henson, Chad Henne were off potential. Underwood is off of $10 million expectations for sure. And that's something that really any high quarterback recruit that goes to a major program is going to face that pressure these days. We're going to feel the Michigan pressure the most. CJ
Hester did transfer out. Okay, he did. There's a lot of new names that I'm seeing that I ain't never seen before. Thank y'all for joining tonight, man. Appreciate everyone.
For sure. Jason, you had one more thing that you wanted to finish off with?
Comment as well too.
Jasper Parker is tied on the depth chart with Capana.
So last thing as well too is we had our meet and greet event for the Victors Nation set up for Hopcat and Ann Arbor this Friday night at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. We are changing that, so I will send an update for the people that said they were going. I will privately message you and make you aware if you don't see the update. But we are going to Pretzelville. That's 226 South Main Street, Ann Arbor. So I will send out an update, and I will send you a private message if you said you were going as well too for this Friday night. So we got you.
Come hang out with us, man. Have some shots.
Rage it up.
Yeah.
Pre-game before tailgate.
The pre-game.
14 hours, and then
Yeah, and on that note, thank you for tuning in, everyone. Thank you for being interactive. Dre, you want to sign us off?
Thank you all for joining the Victors Nation experience. Game 1 on the way. Like, subscribe, hit your notification bell. If you need some merch, hit the shop link. Get your Coors Crew tees, hoodies, and kids tees. We love y'all. Love one another, respect one another, and as always, go blue.
Go blue.
Go blue. See you.
Yo!